Imagine this. You're tied tightly to an old wooden chair in a damp stone dungeon. Your arm is pinned down, your hand secured to a splintered block. A rusted iron frame, simple, unassuming, is placed snugly around your thumb. The interrogator doesn't say a word. They just stare at you, expressionless, and slowly turn a screw. A dull crack echoes through the chamber, like bones snapping under the heel of time. The pain doesn't stab, it blooms. It doesn't scream, it seeps. Blood wells from beneath your nail, a slow clock counting down. And then, another turn of the screw. This time, it's not just pain, it's hopelessness. Welcome back to Torture Files, where we unveil the darkest corners of history, one torment at a time. Today's subject, a tool so simple, so primitive, it defies belief. The thumbscrew. No blades, no fire, no gears, just iron and time. But don't be fooled by its simplicity. This device didn't just break bones, it broke souls. Chapter 1. Origins in Flame, the Spanish Inquisition. The thumbscrew wasn't an accident of design. The first records trace it back to 15th century Spain, during the height of the Inquisition, a time when the church waged war not just on actions, but on thoughts. Their aim? Not simply to punish, but to extract confession. True or false, it didn't matter. They wanted compliance. The thumbscrew spread rapidly. Germany, France, England, and even aboard naval vessels. Small, transportable, and effective, it became the silent executioner of truth. Chapter 2. Anatomy of Agony, the tool itself. If you're expecting a complex mechanism, you'll be disappointed. The thumbscrew consists of just a metal frame, a pressure plate, and a screw. But its simplicity is what made it terrifyingly effective. Each turn didn't cut, it compressed. It didn't slice flesh, but it crushed nerves. It didn't gush blood, but it peeled nails and shattered bones from within. Some versions were designed for thumbs, others for toes, wrists, or even entire hands. There were triple screw variants, where 3 fingers were crushed in unison. Interrogators nicknamed it the Devil's Fingers. Chapter 3. A Calculated Cruelty, the Science of Pain. Here's the terrifying truth. The thumbscrew was never meant to kill. It was designed to prolong suffering, to hold a person in that unbearable moment just before death, for as long as necessary. Modern neurologists estimate that just 15 to 30 seconds of intense crushing can cause permanent nerve damage. In other words, all it took was half a minute of pressure to permanently alter a life. But victims weren't only changed physically. The real damage was psychological. Each turn was a reminder. The pain could always get worse. Chapter 4. Voices from the Past. Testimonies of the tortured. One of the most infamous victims of the thumbscrew was Agnes Sampson, accused of witchcraft in the 16th century Scotland. Her story survives in chilling detail. Her nails were torn asunder. Blood dripped from every fingertip. She wasn't the only one. Witches, prisoners of war, deserters, even civilians were forced into confession under this tool. Some told the truth. Others confessed to anything, just to make the turning stop. Chapter 5. The Psychology of Simplicity. Why use a small device? Because small things deceive. A 17th century soldier once wrote, "We did not need to behead them. With thumbscrews, they told us things that never even happened." Its harmless appearance was part of its weaponry. Victims wouldn't panic until the first turn. That moment, the realization that this tiny frame could wield unimaginable power, was often the point of collapse. Chapter 6. Variance and Legacy. The Inheritance of Suffering. By the modern era, the physical thumbscrew began to disappear, but its spirit lived on. Today's methods, pressure cuffs, stress positions, sensory overload, sleep deprivation, are simply refined versions of the same principle: invisible pain, prolonged suffering, and the slow erosion of human will. The thumbscrew showed the world. You don't need to spill blood to make someone break. Sometimes all it takes is one small turn. Closing. The real weapon was time. The thumbscrew is a brutal reminder that size doesn't equal severity. Its terror didn't lie in its blades, but in the pause between turns, in the cold stare of the executioner, in the helpless wait for the next click. You don't need to scream, because your voice will be swallowed by silence. Teaser. What's next? Next time on Torture Files, we turn to a device that didn't just hurt a part of you, it stretched your entire body to its limits. Prepare yourself for the rack, the medieval engine of agony that turned human joints into instruments of suffering.